love the last few weeks. I know I had a few days where I was on, but this week we'll be on all week and next week as well. Talk about fervent love. When you look at fervent love, the days in which we live, a lot of things that go on today. Love is one thing, fervent love is another. Fervent love means you really have a fire or you have to kindle something. In a time where you live in a time of even isolation, because so many of us are now isolated from each other in ways that we never imagined. And it's extremely hard, according to statistics, according to the people that meet on the street. You can't even meet on the street without being 6 feet away. People are wearing masks. I felt so bad. I was in the grocery store the other day and I smiled. Someone said, "Pastor Paul," they kind of waved. They had a mask on and I was smiling at them. But how would they know that I was smiling? I said hi. And then we were both laughing from a distance and simply I said to the person, I said, "I'm smiling under the mask to see you," which they thought was very funny, but you can't tell. And none of us can tell. It's like when we reach that place, why is fervent love important? Because it seems that as the distance grows between people, it extinguishes that. And it's an interesting thing. Instead of letting the life that we're living now extinguish that love, we have to be extremely conscious. 1 Peter 4:8 says, "Have fervent love." So my few little suggestions here, the word fervent is a very conscious decision. You're very conscious of being fervent about something. Sometimes there's things that you are very subtle in your own heart. You don't really, maybe you walk something out and you don't even know your own motivation. But there are times when you're dealing with something that's very fervent. If you go to a soccer game or hockey game and you have a fervent fan base, I have a fervent fan base at my house for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I have a son. And if you put him in the arena, Pittsburgh Penguins or Toronto Maple Leafs, people will scream and yell. Fervent fans of hockey, when they are in their basement watching hockey, they are still screaming and yelling. A lot of hockey games now on screens, they'll put families watching the teams because the people can't come to the arenas. And when they score, they're jumping, they're screaming. They let fervency not be dictated by the fact that they're with a bunch of people in an arena. In their basement, they're still just as fervent as they were before. And that's very interesting. Same with love. I've met people that have lost a spouse and 10 years later, they're just as in love with that person, even though they've gone home to be with the Lord as they were when they were with them. So fervent love is not something that, you are unconscious of, but to combat the isolation, the way the world is going, we want to be very conscious to maintain that flame in our heart for the body of Christ, the church, each other. And when we love each other fervently, that really will keep things intact in terms of your house, your relationships. But it's something you want to have in your mind. It's just something you want to place. So my little thought today is that word fervent, you're going to put it in here. And remember, I need to be fervent. And we're going to look at that a few more days this week. And then there's another word that kicks into play when you have a fervent love for each other. In times like these, there's almost every day has consequence. Every day, if we do things wrong, there's consequences that can really quickly spiral like they never used to. So we have to learn how to forgive. It's really important, critical. Love each other fervently and keep it in your mind. You can't hide a hockey fan in a basement. You know they're fervent about their team. We, even in isolation, we should see that we do care about each other. God bless you today.